I feel like every time you talk about him, you're never really that angry. Is it because you see...
I said I don't hate the kid. Then he came out yesterday and said, well, now that you love me. Well, I never said I love you. But...
This is coming from Conor McGregor. He says the rumors of a bout.
Because usually every day there's a Conor tweet. And usually it's something about a fight that probably couldn't happen.
Dana White, the president of the UFC, has long been a controversial figure in the world of mixed martial arts. With his blunt attitude and outspoken nature, White is never one to hold back when sharing his opinions, particularly when it comes to the fighters under his promotion. Recently, his remarks about Conor McGregor's decision to fight Logan Paul have sparked significant debate and raised eyebrows within the combat sports community.
What's going on with Jake Paul, Conor McGregor? Is that fight happening or what?
Probably not, no.
Are you closed off to it completely?
I'm never completely closed off to anything. I used to say that about...
Probably has a little bit more to prove to you as a fighter.
You shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. There's weight classes for a reason.
What if Jake can cut to 145?
he just cuts half of his body off.
There's no way I can't see this happening if Conor has agreed, because Conor is going to be the biggest stumbling block. There is no way Logan Paul turns down this opportunity.
Nobody? Not one guy?
Then they're going to have these crazy, extravagant press conferences where it gets really heated and they're arguing. A 20-minute walkout, and it's the most underwhelming fight you've ever seen. And I'll just imagine that Jake wins, Conor gets millions of dollars, and the next day we're talking about the fight being rigged once again. That's exactly how it's going to play out. We've been here like 8 times. Don't fall for it. This fight is going to...
Conor McGregor, one of the most famous and successful fighters in UFC history, announced that he would be participating in an exhibition boxing match against Logan Paul.
What happened was, I went over to Ireland. I received some award from one of the colleges over there. So I told all the fans, meet me at the bar tonight. I'm buying. He keeps talking about this guy, Conor McGregor. For some reason, whatever it was, I don't know why. I was drinking too. But I thought he was a heavyweight. So I come back and I tell Sean Shelby, our matchmaker, I said, this kid Conor McGregor, he's like, yeah, I know him, I've been watching him, blah, 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 blah. We end up signing him. So he flies out, this kid can fight or not, but if he can even throw a punch, he's gonna be a huge super.
Dana White has long praised Conor McGregor, calling him a unicorn in the sport. White admires McGregor's fearless approach to accepting any fight, a quality that has earned him the admiration of fans and played a key role in his rise as one of the UFC's biggest stars.
Conor McGregor is a unicorn. Yes, today, what people really loved about Conor McGregor, he never turned down a fight. There's video footage of me and Lorenzo standing in his house. He just wakes up in his underwear. He's been training for a fight. The fight's off. Told him, you see him sort of absorb it for a minute. He's like, well, I'm going to the gym. Call me later and let me know who I'm fighting. That's what people like. You can have all the personality and all this. People love killers. Conor was a killer.
Logan Paul, a YouTube star turned professional boxer, has gained attention for taking on high-profile opponents, including fellow YouTuber KSI and boxing legend Floyd Mayweather. The announcement of a fight between McGregor and Paul sparked mixed reactions, with some fans eager to see the spectacle, while others questioned the legitimacy and purpose of the match.
On the dole and was a plumber. He's actually a really smart businessman, and he's been one of the best partners that I've ever had in the history of the sport.
Yeah, and an important part of the history of the UFC.
Big.
He opened it up to all kinds of new eyes.
Yep. He literally, set.
Dana White's reaction to McGregor's decision was swift and harsh. As a staunch advocate for the integrity of the sport.
This is bonkers on so many levels. You can already see one of the first reactions to it. Toxplicity an hour ago saying a sex pest and a crypto scammer. Lovely. Merry Christmas, everyone, right? Merry Christmas for quite a while. So it's bonkers. The whole thing is bonkers. Obviously, we have seen Conor box before. He boxed Floyd Mayweather.
Fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened?
he didn't pay me. I wish you'd pay me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss, was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
The Mayweather fight.
Can I be honest with you?
Hey.
Something changed that night.
No offense, but I saw you up like after you were like flexing after you didn't get knocked out. And I was like, this guy's gonna so many chicks.
White voiced his disappointment and frustration with McGregor's choice through a series of interviews and public statements. He made it clear that he did not support the fight and saw it as a step in the wrong direction for McGregor's career.
God.
But what did Floyd figure out? You were so big and you figured out how to tie him up and you know what I mean? It's just, there's weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
And
what if Jake can cut to 145?
He just cuts half of his body off. Like, how do you do that?
Jake brought the type of guy to cut off a limb to make a weight class.
Do you think he could cut to, you think he could make 70? Talking about, you know, Spain, Seattle, and Chicago, and, you know, these other places that we haven't been in a long time. A lot of big fights. I got something in the works right now. I'll drive you crazy. All you guys will be running around. I got something in the works that you will never see coming for 2025. I like Logan a lot. Great kid. Who in this room thinks that's a great fight?
He's fighting Dylan.
Raise your hands, please, if him and Dylan Dennis is a great fight. I know he's fighting. Nobody? Not one guy?
Dana White's primary concern about Conor McGregor's decision to fight Logan Paul revolves around the potential damage it could cause to McGregor's legacy.
McGregor literally would fight anybody. I've dealt with 1,000 fighters. Oh, this isn't the right fight for me at this time. This isn't that. This isn't this. This kid, we've been in the house that he was renting. McGregor's a unicorn. Yes, he's funny. He's got the personality. He's got that thing. But at the end of the day, what people really loved about Conor McGregor, he never turned down a fight. There's video footage of me and Lorenzo standing in his house. He's been training for a fight. The fight's off. Conor spent loads of his own money. We told him, you see him sort of absorb it for a minute. He's like, well, I'm going to the gym. Call me later and let me know who I'm fighting. That's what people like. You can have all the personality and all this shit. People love killers. Conor was a
McGregor, a dominant figure in the UFC who has earned global recognition for his impressive performances in the octagon, built his reputation as one of the best fighters in the world. With his accomplishments, including being a two-weight UFC champion, McGregor has solidified his place as one of the sport's icons.
With regard to Conor McGregor, what is the holdup with his return?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the Ultimate Fighter was over back in August, and I can't imagine the plan was for him to be out as long as he's been.
Well, first problem was that he broke that shin bone. He was recovering from that. That was one of the reasons we had it on. The other problem is he's fucking rich. Conor McGregor doesn't need money.
So are we at a point here where Conor McGregor may never fight for the UFC? Can you say that?
If you had shitloads of money, would you be sitting here right now asking me this fucking question?
No.
No, you would not. That just answered your question.
Well, I answered no. So you're saying there's a chance that Conor McGregor will not fight again for the UFC?
I don't know. Conor McGregor.
However, White believes that by engaging in a spectacle fight with someone like Logan Paul, McGregor risks jeopardizing all he's worked for. The concern isn't just about McGregor participating in a boxing match outside of his natural fighting discipline, but about the nature of the fight itself.
I'd like to fight Conor. I think it'd be really cool.
Do you think that you're too big for him?
I could cut to 185, and he's.
But size-wise, Conor was most effective at 145.
But we'll always come back to, like, he's a professional fighter. I'm a YouTuber, you know, and so that's supposed to be the give and take of it. Like, why would I, a YouTuber who's 0-1, have any business beating the great Conor McGregor?
Paul, a YouTube star turned professional boxer, has garnered attention for his high-profile yet controversial bouts, including one with Floyd Mayweather. While these events are high on spectacle and entertainment value, they have sparked debate on whether they truly belong in the realm of legitimate combat sports.
I have no issue with this fight for a few reasons. Number one, obviously, I don't think he's ready to be back in the UFC. I think he will get his ass kicked thoroughly.
Yep.
These fighters are elite. They take this very seriously, and their definition of being in shape and ready to fight isn't blow.
The issue is that McGregor could be remembered more for these spectacle-driven matchups than for his monumental achievements inside that octagon. McGregor's legacy is built on his brilliant UFC career, his ability to challenge the best, and his skill in some of the most high-stakes fights in mixed martial arts history. Engaging in a fight with Paul, who has yet to prove himself in a competitive boxing environment.
Win a fight. I mean, he beat Donald Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone. Cerrone looked like a deer in headlights, as I pointed out that night.
Yeah.
That's the only victory he's had in 7 years. Well, here's why I don't mind it, though, Shannon. I appreciate this fight because it's pure entertainment.
Yeah.
It's an exhibition. It isn't Jake Paul training with professional boxers.
Might shift the narrative away from McGregor's legacy as one of MMA's finest fighters. White believes this could dilute McGregor's standing and overshadow his true accomplishments in the sport.